Did you know Mount Fuji isn't just Japan's most iconic mountain, but also one of the most visited by travelers from all over the world? But here's something a lot of people don't realize. Every year, many climbers get lost on Mount Fuji, and sadly, some even lose their lives. In 2024 alone, 5 people died on the Shizuoka side of the mountain. To help protect Mount Fuji and make climbing safer, there's now a climbing fee. In 2024, it was 2,000 yen per person, but starting in summer 2025, it's going up to 4,000 yen. This money goes toward maintaining the trails and supporting rescue operations. For Japanese people too, Mount Fuji is a really special mountain. It's no surprise that so many people say, "I want to climb it at least once in my life," but thinking everyone else is doing it, so I'll be fine, can actually be really dangerous. So in this video, I'll be showing you why people get into trouble on Mount Fuji and what really happens up there, how to prepare and follow the rules to climb safely, what to watch out for if you're with kids or climbing with friends. Let's take a closer look. Mount Fuji, 100 rescue calls every year. 7 must-know tips before you climb. Climbing Mount Fuji is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Going with friends or maybe with family. No matter who you go with, it's something you'll never forget. But here's the thing. Climbing Mount Fuji can come with unexpected trouble. The weather can suddenly turn bad, or your body might not react the way you expect. Even if you think you'll be fine, things can go wrong. If you're climbing with kids or with people who aren't used to hiking, you need to be extra careful. We'll talk more about that later. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean it's safe. That kind of thinking can be really dangerous. So if you're thinking about climbing Mount Fuji, there are some important things you should know first. Rescue on Mount Fuji. What does it really mean? So, what does it actually mean to be rescued on a mountain? Usually, it means you're stuck and can't make it back down on your own. Maybe you're injured and can't move. Maybe the weather suddenly turned, and now you can't see the trail. Or maybe you just got lost and have no idea where to go. In these cases, you're basically stranded, and you need help. In just the summer of 2024, there were nearly 100 rescue calls on Mount Fuji from both the Shizuoka and Yamanashi sides. And sadly, some of them ended in tragedy. Some people climbed in light clothing, some pushed through even though they weren't feeling well, and some just couldn't make it down because they overdid it. There are so many different situations. But why does this keep happening? The biggest reasons? Lack of preparation and pushing yourself too hard. No real hiking experience. Wearing the wrong clothes. Feeling sick but still trying to keep going. These kinds of choices can lead straight to trouble. A lot of people think, it's just a day hike, right? I'll be fine. So they don't research or bring the right gear. But here's the truth. Mount Fuji is over 3,700 meters high. Even if the trails are well maintained, that doesn't mean it's risk-free. When trouble strikes, what actually happens if you're stuck? So, what really happens if you get stuck on Mount Fuji? First off, rescue isn't always free. If the police or fire department respond, it's usually a public service. But depending on the situation, a private helicopter or mountain rescue team might have to come help. And in those cases, the cost can be shockingly high. Anywhere from several 100,000 yen to over 1 million yen. Worse yet, you don't get to choose who helps you. It's not like you can say, "Oh, I want this company." Whoever is available at the time will be sent, and the cost? Yeah, you have no control over that either. On top of that, getting rescued affects a lot of people. Your climbing partners, your family, the local rescue teams, and even other hikers nearby. An accident that could have been avoided ends up wasting a lot of time and energy for everyone. And here's something scary. If the weather is bad, helicopters can't fly. At night, it's harder to search, and if they don't find you in time, it can be life-threatening. Thinking, what if I get into trouble? Isn't exactly fun when you're planning a trip, but just a little knowledge and preparation, it could change everything. Why Mount Fuji attracts us, its beauty, and how to enjoy it safely. So far, we've talked a lot about the risks of climbing Mount Fuji, but of course, there's also so much to love about it. Mount Fuji isn't just beautiful, it changes with the seasons, and on a clear day, the view from the top is absolutely breathtaking. In 2013, it was officially registered as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, and since then, it's become a must-visit destination for people all over the world. The best time to climb is usually from July to early September. Watching the sunrise from the summit is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for many people. But to enjoy that amazing experience safely, you'll need to prepare properly. Mount Fuji might look friendly, but it's not the kind of mountain you can just stroll up. Don't worry, we'll go over what you need later. Climbing Mount Fuji is more than just a hike. It's a challenge and a cultural experience. And with the right knowledge and mindset, it can become one of the most unforgettable adventures of your life. Rules on the mountain. What you must not do. Since Mount Fuji became a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, clear rules and manners have been put in place to protect its natural environment and cultural value. First, let's talk about climbing season. Official climbing is only allowed from early July to early September. During this time, the weather is relatively stable and the trails and mountain huts are open. You can technically climb outside of this season, but the huts are closed and rescue services aren't available, which makes it extremely dangerous. Also, there are certain things that are strictly prohibited on Mount Fuji. Picking plants or disturbing wildlife, taking lava rocks or stones, setting up tents or building campfires, letting pets roam free, graffiti on huts or trails. These aren't just rules. Breaking them can seriously damage the environment and even put others at risk. In fact, local communities and conservation groups have raised concerns about careless behavior from some hikers. And it's not just the official rules, hiking manners matter too. Like, never leave trash behind, take everything with you, bring as little waste-producing stuff as possible, stay on the marked trails, don't damage fragile geological features like lava tree molds, keep restrooms and shared spaces clean for others. These small acts of respect help protect Mount Fuji for the next visitors and for the people working hard to preserve it. Knowing the rules and following good manners, that's the basic responsibility of anyone who climbs Mount Fuji. Before you climb, gear, booking, and prep. Before climbing Mount Fuji, being well prepared is the very first step toward a safe and fun adventure. Let's start with one of the most important things, booking your mountain hut. Climbing Mount Fuji takes a lot of energy, And trying to do it as a day trip comes with serious risks, like altitude sickness or accidents. That's why most climbers go for a 2-day plan with an overnight stay at a hut. You can book huts through the official route websites or other climbing info sites. These days, many of them even have English-friendly booking pages, so it's easier for international visitors. If you're planning to climb during busy August, booking early is a must. Here's an example of a typical 2-day climbing schedule. Day 1. Start from the 5th station in the morning. Arrive at your hut in the evening. Rest and sleep. Day 2. Leave around 2 to 3 a.m. Watch the sunrise from the summit. Hike back down and reach the 5th station by late morning. This kind of plan keeps the physical strain low and lets you really enjoy the scenery. Now, let's talk gear. Even in midsummer, the temperature near the summit can drop close to 0 degrees Celsius, so warm clothing is essential. Here's what you definitely need to bring: hiking boots, warm layers, a headlamp, plenty of water, and high-energy snacks. The good news? You don't have to buy everything. Rental services are super popular now, and many offer online reservations with pickup at the 5th station. If getting all your gear sounds like too much trouble, this is a super convenient option. And one more really important step: filing a climbing plan. It's strongly recommended, especially in case of emergencies. Sharing your schedule in advance can help rescue teams find you faster if something goes wrong. A climbing plan includes info like your climb dates, route, starting point, group members, and your expected return time. You can download a form from official websites like the police or Yamanashi and Shizuoka prefectures. You'll also find paper forms at the 5th station or near trail entrances. You can either drop it in the box on site or submit it online. For international travelers, the English online form is especially helpful. Filling it out only takes a few minutes, but in an emergency, those few minutes could save your life. Risks to watch for: kids, friends, altitude, and more. Mount Fuji can absolutely be climbed safely as long as you're properly prepared. But depending on who you're climbing with, the risks can be a bit higher. For example, if you're climbing with young children, be extra cautious. At high altitudes, the air gets thinner and the temperature drops, which makes kids more likely to feel unwell and slower to recover. Don't push them too hard and keep checking how they're doing. If you're going with a group of friends, there's something else to watch out for. When people have different fitness levels or hiking experience, trying to match someone else's pace can lead to exhaustion or even accidents. One of the most important rules in hiking is always go at your own pace. Another issue that's becoming more common lately: accidents during photography. Taking pictures and videos is fun, but when you're focused on the camera, it's easy to stop paying attention to where you're walking. There have even been serious falls while people were filming or taking selfies. So, always stop in a safe spot before taking pictures. Don't block the trail or strike risky poses in narrow areas. Also, watch out for altitude sickness. As you climb higher, the air gets thinner, and symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and nausea can hit fast. If that happens, don't keep pushing. Take a break at a hut, or even head back down if you need to. Here are a few tips that help. Drink plenty of water. Take it slow. Don't hike when you're sleep deprived. Don't push your body too hard. And remember, climbing outside the official season is extremely dangerous. Even if the weather looks nice, that doesn't mean it's safe. There are times when you simply shouldn't climb, and knowing when to stop, that's part of being a smart, responsible climber. So, what did you think? Climbing Mount Fuji is one of those unforgettable adventures that many people dream of trying at least once in their lives. But behind that dream, there are important rules and real risks you need to know. Don't push yourself, don't skip your prep, and most of all, respect the mountain and the people around you. That's the best way to truly enjoy everything Mount Fuji has to offer. Here at Erst Japan, we'll keep sharing easy-to-understand tips to help make your trip to Japan safe, smooth, and full of great memories. If you're planning your own Mount Fuji climb, I hope it turns into one of the best experiences of your life.